What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about muln. So some of you guys are no doubt new to the channel. I started this channel because I wanted retail to have somewhere to come where we can give honest opinions day after day, good side, bad side, and a lot of times I will talk downside because I would rather you guys exit a trade within your risk or green than to be a bag holder. And that was my whole focus around this channel. It's not always the most popular opinion. So whenever I give levels, I'm telling you possible upside, I'm telling you possible downside, I'm telling you protect yourself because there's always chances to make money. So if you were watching it today, I mean, ultimately, where would you have been if you were playing today? 48 cents down to 35 cents. That's a big amount of money whenever we're talking about a penny stock. You can always exit, you can always enter. So let's look at it. Let's see where we're going. You guys have my levels. I told you I was selling off some calls. I can't tell you guys what to do, but what I try to do is just incorporate what I'm doing just so that you guys are also on board with my thought process. I can't, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot give financial advice. I can't tell you where to buy. I can't tell where to sell. It's your button. You control your money. You control the outcome of this. Right now, what are we watching in the after hours? We're sitting at 35 cents in the post market. 35 cents is a very important line. We need to hold that. That is one of the areas we're going to be watching very closely. That's a fib line retracement. This also looks like a head and shoulders to me. You know which way those things like to break down, so be very cautious. There was a lot of money that pumped in. There's going to be obviously some money that gets taken off of the table. That's a good run. Perhaps they re-enter and this gets another push to the upside, or perhaps it doesn't. We don't know. We know what way heads and shoulders like to break. I mean, I don't know how else to really say, what we got going on as far as patterns go, but watch this. You're going to be watching your fib line here at 35 cents very closely as to if it holds, if it bounces. If not, we're going back down to probably somewhere in the 33-cent range, which was getting us out of the trading range that we've been watching since the Wyckoff theory. Whenever I was telling you there is still a trade here whenever we were at 18 cents, and some of you probably benefited very well from that. It's just an honest channel, guys. I don't give hopium. I don't shoot moonshots. I just tell you where to protect your accounts and where I think it could go. So it's, if this happens, this could be the result. If that happens, that could be the result. And you guys that are subscribed and have been here for a while know that that's the way that we do it, and that's the way we talk about the plays. And I have a great following. You guys are top notch. I would not change that for anything. I think you guys totally understand and you're open to honest discussions. So what we need to see right now, we're getting into a different channel. 35 cents obviously up to the 40 cents again is going to be the channel that we're working in. And how is that going to go? After that, you're watching 33 cents very closely. Then we're coming back down almost to 28.5 cents. And if we get trapped in that trading range again, that's not good. We want to stay above there. For the Wyckoff theory to continue to play out, we do not want to revisit that trading range, in my opinion. I do not want to see us get trapped back down in here where the range that we're familiar with, or even back down in here to retest by any means. So be watching it closely. We know that there's a lot coming up with the vote. The vote is extreme to me. And I don't think it's going to go in retail's favor, as if you've been following the channel, you know how I feel about that. So I've been telling you, I've been taking my risk off the table. I've been trading in 2 accounts to offset my long-term hold because I do think muln has a future, hopefully. I can't guarantee you that, but I do have faith in the company long-term. I just don't know how long or how painful that hold's going to be for my long-term account. So I've been trying to make that as risk off as possible. Now, some of you guys didn't take money when we hit the 300 to 400% run whenever we started following muln and talking about muln. And some of you guys probably didn't take profits whenever you had 100% run whenever we were talking about the Wyckoff theory and the retracement and the run. Now, it's your money, it's your account. You do what you want to do. This is a trading channel. I'm not a diamond hander. I do not believe in diamond handing. I believe in trading. And whenever you're comfortable, whenever you see something that's screenshot worthy in your account, to me, if I'm going to screenshot it, Gus is apparently in the background. She's just hanging out here in the room with me. So whenever you see something worthy of that, if you want to brag about it, if you want to screenshot it, you know what? That's a pretty good inclination that you're doing pretty stinking well. So keep that in mind. Whenever a play's dead, this channel is very well equipped to tell you, hey, this is my outlook. And I can't guarantee you anything, but if I have long-term views for before anything's going to turn around, you can check that back to Bed Bath & Beyond videos. I said, you know what, this thing is dead. Our run is over. I'm not interested till Q1, Q2 in Bed Bath & Beyond. If you look back to the Redbox videos, you'll see that I was saying this thing is coming down, 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 down after we had our run. And, it's just one of those things. It's not the popular opinion, but that's why I started the channel. That's why I will always keep the channel, because this channel is about traders that want to make some money, traders that want to protect their accounts, traders that want to maybe back off some of their leverage or their risk that they have exposed to the markets whenever we're looking at channels. I'm a scalper. I will trade channels all day long. I don't care what my average is. I look for where my supports and resistance are and where it can run to. Now, if you have an 18-cent average, that's very exciting, especially whenever we're up here at 48 cents. It looks great in your account. If you don't do anything there, what happens? Well, your 18 cents comes all the way back down to 35 cents. That's not as exciting. Yes, you're still green. Awesome. What would have happened if you would have said, hey, this guy's been pretty honest with me and told me 50 cents is probably going to be pretty tough. I think there's going to be market makers and shorts working against me. And you see a triple top, right? You see boom, 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 banging its head. Heavy drop down to a support line, another heavy drop down to a support line. What do you do from there? So let's keep an eye on it. I don't know that it's over. I think we still have time, obviously, before the vote goes, but you need to be watching these levels that I'm giving you to the downside more so than to the upside. The upside is bonus. The upside is, exciting. That's what we're getting through. Those are the levels we're looking at to see how it's moving. But ultimately, what is protecting your accounts, what's making you money, is watching these levels to the downside. How is it acting as support? So I just need to talk to the ones that aren't subscribed, that haven't been following me for several months, that haven't been around the channel. And, I'm just a YouTuber. I don't know everything. I just know that I want to throw out honest TA, and I really want you guys to protect your account more than anything. I want you to make money, obviously. Goal number one, make money, but just as important as making money is protecting that money, watching it whenever we're breaking through some of these supports in a pretty violent fashion. So let's see what goes on. It could be taking a cool off because, like I said, the RSIs are absolutely cooking in the last video. At some point, they are going to cool off. At some point, this is going to take a breather. It's going to come back to some line, and you just got to be watching when that line is. So maybe this is the RSI cool off that's coming down to 35 cents. Maybe it's going to fall further. So you're watching that 35 cents so closely. I'm saying within probably a half to 3/4 of a cent. You want to be watching that. They could spike it just trying to hit some stop losses or whatever, but you got to figure out your tolerance within these levels and just how far you're willing to risk everything that you've been working for the last several days or weeks or months or whatever your time frame is. So keep an eye on it. It's one of those things that time is of the essence right now. We know what we have coming out in the very near future, and we're just trying to get everything that we can out of this trade before anything else would come into play. So watch it. Be careful, guys. You guys know my levels. My level's 35 cents. We're going to watch it down here at 33 cents to see how it's moving. Probably down here again around 28.5 cents. And then to the upside, obviously, we need to hold 35 cents as a base. Then we're pushing our way back through 40.25. Then we're pushing our way back up to 45, and then we're fighting that strike price again. We're fighting the shorts, we're fighting the market makers, we're fighting everybody to be able to get those into the gamma and above 50 cents if it wants to go. So keep a very close eye on it. I mean, overall, it was still a really good week, right? We finished significantly higher than where we started the week off. So that's a win. That is 100% a win. But at this point, we just need to be focused as to what's going to happen from here. The short interest still saying that, it came down a little bit. This could change. There might have been some shorts that came in. I don't know. The cost to borrow is coming down too, so I do think that there is a potential that the shorts have been returned. Otherwise this cost to borrow would not be coming down. But we're at 11.97%. Live short interest of the free float coming in at 177.88 million. It's not a large amount that have been returned. It's very small, insignificant as far as that is concerned. 100% utilization. Cost to borrow average 43.78%. It's still not cheap. It's still not free by any means. We've seen that a lot lower, so it's not the end of the world. But let's look at the RSIs real quick as far as the charts go and just see how that's going. How do I get off of this pencil? There we go. All right, so on the 5-minute, obviously, we have lost not only the 50 line in the short time frames, but we have also lost our trend line. We've saw this trend line get sucked back up pretty quickly in the past whenever we've dropped below. You've seen it dip below on the shorter time frames before. Dip below, suck back up, but it immediately dipped back below. You're seeing some lower highs on your shorter time frames, right? You can see that right there. We need to see higher highs. You're seeing lower lows. This one kind of bottomed out, so we're kind of left questioning what's going to happen. A bottom out would make sense because we are at a very decent support line right here where we're sitting as far as the after hours go. So it's going to take just a moment to think about what it wants to do, where it wants to go from here. And our 30-minute is tapping our trend line that we've been following on the RSI. Our 1 hour is just kind of coming back down to the 50 line, which we were saying the longer time frames are going to have to cool off. And, when they do cool off, this is what happens because they have to take a breather. They've been pumping, they've been pushing. So I don't know that it's necessarily over, right? Our daily, our 4 hour, our 1 hour, our 30-minute is bouncing off the trend line. Everything else is above the 50. So is it taking a breather or is it done? Watch your RSIs, see what they're going to do, see what level we're going to bounce from, where we're going to retrace to. That's what you need to be watching. That's what I'm watching, and we will go from there. I mean, it was a very decent week, right? If you sit back, you take a look at the charts, where we came from, where were we on Monday? I mean, even here's close of Friday, right? We're right here, and now we're right here. So that's a win. It hurts, I guess, if you believe in the whole diamond hand thing. I don't, and I don't necessarily want you guys to believe in the whole diamond hand thing either. I want everybody to be traders, making money, taking money whenever they see it. So that's what I got from you. It doesn't look like it's over, but we need to watch and see where the support holds up, where it wants to bounce, how it wants to turn around, and we go from there. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you guys are safe. Make good decisions. Make good choices so that I can see you all on Monday whenever we get back to the action. I will catch you guys in the next video. If not over the weekend, definitely on Monday. As always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.